Hey, my name is Michael Render, co-founder of Greenwood Bank, and my day job is being Killer Mike, one half of the rap group Run the Jewels. Yeah, the decision to name the bank Greenwood is in paying tribute to a section of Tulsa, Oklahoma that was named Greenwood. It was founded by people emancipated from slavery. They built a thriving business, school district, and community. And in part due to state agencies and just white resentment around them, it was burned down and has never been brought back into physical. But from a spiritual place and from a honorarium place, we named our bank Greenwood because we wish to see more Greenwoods pop up, not less. I'll use my own example. My great-grandparents were the children of people who were enslaved. My great-grandparents were sharecroppers and used close to slavery as indentured servants because they were sharecroppers. Sharecropping was not a fair business in the South if you were poor and white or black or any other color or race. My great-grandparents managed to save enough money to buy over 40 acres of land, and now it's down to about 25, 30 acres of land. But because they did that over 100 years ago, or nearly 100 years ago, my sisters and I still profit, not much profit, but every January we get a check. My family will never sell that land. It will stay in a trust and it will benefit my children's children. My great-grandparents understood we are the cornerstone of wealth. And if we invest wisely, buy land, save our money, live below our means, we will have something to leave to then my grandparents, then my parents, and now me. So when we think about wealth, oftentimes we think about Bill Gates, we think about Jeff Bezos, we think about Warren Buffett, we think about billions and billions. But wealth really is the ability and the freedom not to be so attached to debt or poverty that you are limited by choices and you end up making bad choices. Wealth is having the ability to leave a house to your child. It's to leave your houses in trust to your children. Wealth is the ability to build a business, to have capital and incentive to make sure your children aren't working for other people or bonded to college debt. So I look at wealth from a very, very humble place of about 100 years ago. People who look like me and who would be, my predecessors made sure that I would be here today as a landowner, as someone who understands finance from a very primary level, and hopefully after I die, I'll have something to leave for my great-grands as well. Black Fridays. If you watch my show Trigger Warning, I encourage you to go on Netflix and check out Black Friday. I think it's the first episode you check out. I attempt to live black in between Athens, Georgia and Atlanta for 72 hours. I used to be able to do that fairly easy. There were black grocery stores, there were black clothing stores, black lawyers, doctors, barbershops. Now, mainly the only thing that remains in the black corridor of black business in Athens are the barbershops. That means somewhere along the line we were undercapitalized, somewhere along the lines we lost business, somewhere along the lines we don't have much. But what we do have is service-related businesses. Black people still have auto mechanic shops, we still have barber shops, we still have food. Every Friday you can find a black business to support, even if it's the same one. You can support that because in supporting that business, you support the employees. Those employees then go on to buy homes and houses. That tax base makes for better schools. Those better schools create better students. Those students go on to become doctors, lawyers, trade peoples, carpenters, builders, which creates a better community. And when you're thinking about supporting a business, it's not just about a week-to-week support. You have to understand that the dollar you're spending there is going to have a 20-year effect of growing that community. So I challenge people to support a black business every Friday. And if you want to see how, go check out Trigger Warning, and I think you'll learn it. What's next for me is I open on a world tour with Run the Jewels for Rage Against the Machine, who are very anti-capitalist. Shouts out to my man, Zach. We're going to open for them for about a year and a half. I have some other stuff coming out in terms of business. My wife and I are growing a barbershop chain, much like Floyd's and Rudy's, called the Swag Shop. We are in State Farm Arena, go Hawks. In terms of fintech, I understand Greenwood, I understand what we're doing, and I'm into that. Other fintech I'm learning about. My friends tell me about Bitcoin, this coin, that coin. I don't know much about those coins, so I'm learning. I'm in a space of studentship and learning, or being a student rather, and learning. I'm in an intern of sorts. But what I do know is Greenwood is providing a world-class product. We're in beta testing now, and we're going to roll out something dynamic next year. By the hand claps we got out there today, simply put, people understand that if I help the African American and Latinx, if I help the African American community, the Latinx community, and the white worker class community, if I help these blue collar communities to become more wealthy, if I help them to be landowners and purchasers, if I help them be business people, what I'm doing is helping the greater economy by making sure every step of the way. So what I'd like those people to do who are in control a lot of times of pushing the buttons to make sure the money can come and that investment can happen is to understand what they heard today, and beyond those hand claps, open those checkbooks. Let's get some small businesses and grow those businesses into medium and large corporations. Let's get some home loans out there. Let's get to making sure that these communities can become successful communities and be a part of the bigger economic community.